Hey guys, welcome back and thanks for tuning in. First off, I want to apologize for not putting a video out last weekend. It has been a crazy couple of weeks around here. I have been working non-stop trying to get everything back in order in my arcade, and as you can already see behind me, things look a little different around here. So let's take some footage and show you guys what's going on down here and what all I've been up to. I think you're really gonna dig it. So let's check it out. Alright guys, so let's retour my arcade, my new arcade. First, let's back up. If you remember before, let me turn this light on over here. If you remember before, we were in this tiny little room over here. My studio desk is here now. I've got miscellaneous junk. This is now apparently going to be my junk room. This is the room we were in before. I had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I had 11 games in this room, okay? So now, much wait and anticipation. Let's check out this new super rad arcade that I have now. These were two separate rooms. I took this wall down in between these two rooms right here. There was a wall right there. I built a faux beam to hide where the drywall was because sheetrock work sucks. If any of you have ever done it, you know. So the faux beam kind of alleviates the need to have to patch the ceiling sheetrock up there. I built enclosed the pole right there that's supporting that wall because that is a load-bearing wall. But man, I've got so much space in here now. It is so rad. Put this mural up here. That was kind of a pain. That's 4 separate pieces. It's not perfect, but I'm sure the VHS quality on this is not going to pick up the imperfections in there, but it's super cool. I really like it. Adds a nice touch to the room. Got all of my games that will fit in one room now, all the way around. We've got so much floor space now. I can actually walk around in my arcade instead of just being cramped in that tiny little room over there. So let's take just a second and I will turn these lights off and put this in full arcade mode for you guys so you can get the full effect. So before we go into full arcade mode, let's check this out. This is another project I wrapped up today, actually. This was a Merit trivia slash poker cocktail table. And now it is a custom Ghouls and Ghosts cocktail. Super sweet. I just populated one side because it's not 2 players simultaneous, and this PCB does not have cocktail mode. Probably shouldn't have even built a cocktail, but hey, I had the cabinet. So this control panel I just left unpopulated. You know, whatever. It is what it is. It's pretty cool. It's a neat little compact cocktail table. Plays great. Looks great. Maybe get some gameplay footage of this game here pretty soon. That monitor looks really good on here. Came out all in all really well. And here's a FYI. If any of you ever want to know this, this was a Merit I don't think it was a pit boss. I'll have to look at the original top glass. But this top glass is exact same dimensions as this top glass. And you can actually see, maybe, see if I can get the angles just right on here. You can kind of see, find my finger. There you go. I don't know if this is going to show up, but you can kind of still see a little bit of the Atari logo under there. This is an old Asteroids cocktail top glass that I had. Pretty much everything was blown off of it. It was basically 99% blank glass. And I masked off this area right here on the underside and repainted that with black to cover the transition between the top and the little bezel that covers the monitor right there. Oh, let's focus. There it is. But they are the exact same dimensions on this Merit cocktail table as an Atari cocktail table. It's the same as my Centipede. It was the same as a spare piece of glass I had off an Asteroids. But it came out really good. It fits perfect. The Merit glass that I had was all black, like painted black, or I guess screen printed black on the glass. So I wouldn't have been able to put these Ghouls and Ghosts logos under the glass like I did here because the glass was all black. That came out really sweet though. I'll do another video on this because this is a really fun game. But let's kill the lights. Let's put this thing in full arcane mode and let you guys check it out. Yo, so here we are. I'm standing all the way back in the corner starting at my Super Breakout. Furthest corner, kind of cubby hole. Got a closet under here. You probably really can't see that. I have no idea how well this is going to come out being so dark in here. I know you'll be able to see the games, but I don't know how well you're going to be able to see the rest of the arcade. But I have some blacklight strips up here in the ceiling. Really adds a really cool effect to this mural that I've put on the wall over here. This thing is super rad. I guess it's like a vaporwave type deal. Adds a nice little aesthetic to the purple of the room here. And with the blacklight strips being on the ceiling like that, they don't shine on the monitors at all. Because if any of you have ever been in an arcade that has a lot of black lights in it, black lights wash out a CRT monitor. They totally wash out the screen total. Seawolf is a great example of that because Seawolf has a black light right up here. The black light is actually what's lighting this up. And I actually did some work on my Seawolf and built a shroud that shrouds the back side of that blacklight bulb and keeps it off of the actual screen, but still lights up the artwork inside there. Because Seawolf actually looks better when you take the light bulb out of it, or take the starter out of it. Just basically don't have the light bulb on because it totally washes out the black light, or the black light totally washes out the monitor. But with the black lights pointed straight down like I have them, and on the opposite side of the room, it really doesn't wash out any monitor, so I'm good on that. And it lets me keep my sweet velvet Frankenstein blacklight poster here. And I know you can't feel through video, but this is like old school, like 70s velvet poster. That's pretty cool. And Frankenstein's awesome. As you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 Frankenstein artworks in my arcade. But there's my free space app that I showed in another video, fully working. Got my flashy bulbs and the marquee down there. But dude, check out how much space I've got down here. I've got me a little cocktail table with some seats. This is my new happy place. I mean, like, does it really get any better than this? So let's check this out. I'm gonna set you inside. No idea how well this is gonna work. Totally could just like not work at all. It's not gonna work. Okay. All right. Let's put you on this seat. All right. You're propped up on a seat all the way on the other side of my arcade. And I can come this far away, like totally this far away, and have so much room. Like, I can't wait to have an arcade party, and I've got one in the works. I'm gonna have some guys over. We're gonna put this room to use, but man, I can't get over how much space I have down here now. This is so rad. Like, so much room for activities. So this is what I have been up to between wrapping up this room, and today I was wrapping up this cocktail. I have got more projects in the arcade, or in the garage out there, and now I actually have motivation to finish them because I have a place to put them. I could probably move these cocktail tables back another 2 feet and get them closer to that wall, and I could put an entire second row of games right down the middle of this room, all the way to that post. I could even put them on the other side. I have this Airborne Avengers pin for sale. I really hope it gets gone because I'd kind of like to have that space. Airborne Avengers, cool ass pin. Steve Ritchie's first pin, but I don't know. I don't want to dog on it because I got it for sale, but it's really just not that fun. The biggest problem with Airborne Avengers, so you got your flippers here, you've got your two main lanes right here, and over here, and there's a whole lot of nothing going on. You just got so much wide open space. Before I sell this, I'll do a video on it so you can see. There's so many cool features on this. Like, they were really trying. He was really trying to make something, you know. But I guess it really shows being his first pin here. But there's some sweet features. Like, there's a ball gate here. If you hit any of these yellow targets, there, I guess it's just those three, it'll flip this gate open and give you another chance right there. It's got a kick out hole here, it's got a kick out hole here, so like you can hit it in this kick out hole and it'll go all the way up around the top, and sometimes it'll go all the way into this kick out hole over here and go back and forth. It's pretty cool. There's another kick out hole here, so there's 4 kick out holes total, 3 pop bumpers, and then you've got this captured ball here that will go over a rollover and hit that target up there. There's a lot of, like, when you look at it, you're like, man, this pin's gonna be so rad, this is gonna be so fun, but it's just not. The artwork is rad. I really don't know what the theme is. I mean, are you James Bond? That dude definitely looks like a Bond character right there, and then you got the obligatory hot chick right next to it, but dude's got like straight up gun right there, and then these dudes are like flying in a spaceship, okay, but then there's like terrain and stuff right here, but then like, are you blowing up a planet? Is that an asteroid? Do you blow up a planet? I mean, it's kind of on the playfield. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. If you know what the theme for Airborne Avenger is, let me know, because I don't totally get it. You know, you look over here at Middle Earth, dirt simple. Yep, it's Middle Earth. You got dinosaurs and whatnot It's a pretty consistent theme. You know what's going on. It's pretty straightforward. Oh, and so here's something else cool. I don't know what it is with these and VHS, but you can kind of see these scrolling lines right here. Something about the LEDs on these pins really don't play well with VHS camera. It gives a kind of a sweet reverse waterfall effect, but I don't understand because the LEDs that are in this pin and this pin are the same, okay? And you can kind of see that waterfall effect on this pin as well, but guess what? This Williams pin has the exact same LEDs in it and no weird ghosting effect. I have no idea. I don't know if it has something to do with Atari's bulb warming feature. So if you're not familiar with Atari pinballs, they have a bulb warming circuit. So when you have incandescent bulbs in here, and so like when these are lighting up and going out like you see in the attract mode right here, when they're out on the incandescent, they're really not out. You can still see the element very slightly glowing. Like if you have the playfield lift up, you can still see the element really dimly glowing in there, and that's a warming feature. Atari thought that, you know, if they threw a little bit of current through those bulbs, it would keep them from burning out so fast and not having so many bulb failures. The problem when you go to LEDs is you have to get non-ghosting LEDs, otherwise, like when they go out, like they're on there, now they're off there. If you don't have non-ghosting LEDs, when they go out, they won't be fully out, because LEDs don't require that much power to keep going. So I don't know if that weird waterfall effect that you're seeing right there has something to do with that, but it's kind of neat. I would, it definitely doesn't show up when I take video on my cell phone. It's just on this VHS camera. It's almost like you can see the tape scrolling. Kind of neat. Kind of weird. If I do some gameplay of these, it might be kind of weird to show up. So let's talk about moving games and failures of games. Turbo moving down here totally went dead. You can still see right there, it's got some graphics issues. I've got some ideas on where to go on that, but I haven't had a chance to deal with it. But when I moved it from the garage to down here, plugged it in, turned it on, total garbage on the screen. I had to pull everything out, reseat all the socketed chips, reseat all the edge connectors, and got it back to where it's at now. But it still has some graphics issues going on I'm going to have to dig into. Kung Fu Master, I had to readjust the sync on the monitor, because after I moved it down here, it was totally jittering all over the place. Total weird out fest. Castlevania, the marquee light went out on my Castlevania after I moved it into here, and I didn't move this game, but from like, it was just on the other side of that door, and then I moved it from there to here. Of course, I moved it around a little bit trying to figure out where I wanted it, but within the process, that marquee light went out. But I just got another one in the mail today from Mike's Arcade, and now we're back up and running on that. My pole position went down. Normally I have a pole position 2 board set in there, and now I've got my pole position 1 board set in there because my pole position 2 took a total crap. It's going to take me some time to dig into that and see what's going on, especially now that it's nicely tucked into this corner where I'm going to have to move like 4 or 5 of these games to be able to get this pulled out far enough to get that door open to where I can get in there and work on that. But man, I really didn't even do anything to that other than wheel it from the other side of this basement to this side of the basement, and it worked for 2 or 3 days, and then turned it on had it on one night, actually was playing it that night, got up the next day, turned everything on down here, and it was just zeros across the screen. So we'll dig into that, we'll get it back up, but in the meantime I can play some Pole Position 1, which I haven't spent a whole lot of time with. I prefer Pole Position 2, just that's my jam, but maybe I should spend a little more time with PP1 and see how it's going. But I think those 4 games are the only ones that really had issue. Everything else survived the move okay. But here we are in the new space. So much room for activities. So happy to have this space. I can't wait to really put this to use and enjoy it. I've been hanging out here quite a bit, watching movies on my 13-inch TV up there, sitting at my little table, which I'm going to do right now. Oh, it is quite the adventure to remodel a basement, that's for sure. I work 10-hour days at my day job, and I've been working 10 hours a day and then coming home and working down here in the basement until like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. But man, it's we're on the home stretch now. There's some decorating stuff that I'd like to change. I really want to get a rug down here to put under these cocktail tables, but for the most part we're pretty much done. I mean, we got 99% of the hard and nasty done. We're going to do some decorating and get things cleaned up a little bit more. But here we are. This is why I missed the video last week, because I was just jamming away on this. Last weekend when it rolled around, I was moving everything around and had my desk torn all apart, and so like with this being a VHS channel, I don't have the ease and capabilities that most YouTubers do, where if they want to just upload a video real quick from their phone, they can do so, because I want to make this as hard as possible, and I want to do everything on VHS cameras. I have to have a lot of equipment to be able to transfer this over, and last weekend I had this place in total disarray, and I couldn't get to any of my equipment. None of it was hooked up. None of my studio desk was accessible, but we're back. And hopefully we can stay back on track and keep some regular content coming out, because it's going to be a whole lot easier to film gameplay and all kinds of stuff in this huge room that I have now. This room's just a little bit over 400 square feet, so I guess I shouldn't say it's huge, but when you consider the room that I was in before this room seems like McMansionville to me. I'm digging it. I really love it. I've got my creature up here, moved him from the other room. I know I can't get over saying how excited I am about it, but hopefully you guys are excited to see some better videos in this bigger space. But here is what I've been up to. These cocktails, these games, this room, moving everything around. This is where my time has been, and this is why you didn't see me last week, but we're back, and hopefully I can put out some better stuff now in this big space. But until next time, we will catch you on the flip side.